I originally chose to apply to the Rose Youth Foundation because I was interested in learning how to make systematic change in my community beyond my own individual means, and really learn how to work in a larger group to make larger change.
I decided to apply for Rose Youth Foundation. My brother was involved in it before me. I just kind of saw how it affected him and how he was really impacted by everything that they were doing, and he'd come home and explain to us, oh, you know, we went on these site visits, or whatever they were doing that day, and it just sounded really cool. And then I went to their big final party, and listening to everybody give their speeches on these site visits really changed me because of this, or one thing or the other just really kind of pushed me to apply for it, and I went for it.
And I had a few friends who did RYF, and they all told me all about their experience. The stories of their site visits were super, super powerful, and I was like, wow, it's really cool to be able to see firsthand what the organizations are doing to combat different issues in the community, and then to be able to really know that you're having a tangible effect. So I decided to apply with the hope of being able to have a similar experience.
Rose Youth Foundation is an initiative of the Jewish Life program area here at Rose Community Foundation. It is in its 18th year of its existence, its running, and it was formed as empowering youth as grant makers in our Denver community. Each year, Rose Youth Foundation engages 23 Jewish high school students from around the Denver and Boulder metro area.
The foundation requires the teens to identify as Jewish, but makes no suggestion or recommendation of what that means.
We first look at our individual and shared Jewish values, and then from there the members identify an issue in the community that they think reflect their values, and that they want to focus their grant making on to make a difference. From there, the members publish a request for proposal, and then organizations reply to that request for proposals with a grant proposal with solutions to that problem. From there, the members review those proposals and then go on site visits to the organizations to help bring those proposals to life and come together to make those decisions.
The diverse group sitting around the table, they all have very different Jewish identities, and somehow there's a connection in there that makes them all leave the room feeling like they gave Jewishly.
Giving just means causing some sort of change for someone, and I think that through Rose, it's really opened my eyes up to see different kinds of giving and a new scale of giving that I wasn't familiar with before. When giving, using Jewish values and Jewish teachings to then inform that giving instead of just objectively giving towards Jewish causes.
In Rose Youth Foundation, we establish Jewish values and that guide our funding, and I think giving Jewishly is very similar to giving in general because Judaism embodies so many values of helping the community. But in all honesty, I don't think there's a distinction. I just think that by giving Jewishly, it's making it more personal to you because you're relating it to your roots.
I think that Judaism creates a framework that allows us to give in a specific, targeted, strategic way, and not necessarily determining which organizations this group in particular gives to, but certainly where in the heart, where in the soul it comes from.
In the beginning, we really were a bunch of individuals that would just come together and make decisions, but by the end, we were really making decisions as a group as a whole instead of a bunch of individuals coming together. It really just felt like the whole group was able to make decisions much more fluidly.
You come into it and there's 24 complete strangers. You might have seen one or two from school or whatever, but you really don't know them, and it brings you together more than I thought. I've made lifelong friends from this, and it really kind of makes this community, by the end of the year, even though we might be, arguing over, oh, I want to fund this one, I want to fund that one, it's kind of shocking the difference because, you walk in the first meeting, it's dead silent at the very beginning, no one's talking to each other, and then now we walk in and at 10 o'clock, Emily has to go, all right, guys, it's time to like simmer down and focus up, because we have become great friends through this, and it has brought us closer together in a way that doesn't really exist without Rose, just because we're all connected through these Jewish values and giving, and we're all here for the same reason.
I think the number one piece of advice that I would give is be flexible and know that all of the organizations are amazing and they're all doing really great work. It's really easy to get super attached to an organization, especially when you site visit it, but I think it's important to remember that every organization is really, really amazing, and you shouldn't be upset if your favorite organization isn't picked, because you're still going to make an immense impact on the community.